funny enough, as we were talking about Skype before we got on, messing around with settings, we didn't even know if we were going to be able to record this thing today because of the mucking around and stuff. But the interesting thing was the story of Microsoft essentially shoehorning Skype into Microsoft Teams going forward, although the latest report being that it's being delayed due to, I like this, the initial feedback from the early adopters was suboptimal. Suboptimal is one of my favorite words. But
Teams in general? Because I had a suboptimal experience.
I mean, you can see the potential for what it's trying to do, even though there's probably other platforms that do it already. The thing is that it's very Microsoft in nature, in that they'll just put it out there and it doesn't work the way it's supposed to, or it doesn't, or you question, why haven't they done this already, or why did they do it this way? The engineer mindset applied to a sort of a form and intuition perspective in terms of how you would interact with it. I mean, I've started using it for work, and it's been reasonable through the network and stuff when it's sort of plugged in with the rest of your Office 365 kind of setup. But it makes me wonder, with the thought that Skype is going to be pushed into Teams, and then I guess eventually Skype will just disappear. If they don't make an option available beyond organizations, are there going to be people that are going to miss the fact that Skype's not around as an option anymore? I don't know.
I don't know either. I just think they've missed the boat, haven't they? I mean, Zoom's come in and Zoom's now number one, and it's unfortunate. It's like, everything that came second to Facebook or Google. I think everything that might come second to Zoom now, at least for the foreseeable future. Look, I had my own experience with Teams, and it's interesting. I felt the same way as you. It was reasonable. A few glitches, but it was reasonable. And I wouldn't rave about Zoom either, by the way, but Zoom's way better. So,
well, essentially, if all it requires is you send a link, click on the link, and then you start, given the amount of extra steps you have to do in Teams, that should tell you all you need to know.
That's precisely right. And, look, we could speculate for hours, when you have to shoehorn something like Teams or Skype into an existing package like Office 365, it's never going to be simple to integrate it. And, I guess that's why Zoom's so good. Somebody just set up to build Zoom and did it. And now I think with obviously the work from home scenario, Microsoft's really found itself on the back foot. But, I'm sure they'll come up with something that'll be adequate. But, they really got caught on the hop here.
I mean, just before we move on, though, do you get that sense that Microsoft just likes to do things the hard way when they design things? Because it seems like their initial sort of foray into anything doesn't seem to be 100%, and it takes them a while to get to something that perhaps others get to quicker.
Well, yeah,
or is that unfair?
Well, I don't think it is unfair, but I also think that's worth looking at the situation. I mean, they dominate the Office environment with Office, and to think that they haven't in the last 3 to 4 years pre-COVID even thought of integrating a video option into the platform is quite astounding.